Hello, YouTube! It's been forever. Not at all trying to appear awesome on the interwebs at this point. Just stopping in to let everybody know. Yes, I have been MIA lately, and I'm really sorry about that. Honestly, I've just been too tired and overwhelmed with a lot of extra stuff that I've been trying to get myself ready and motivated. Been focused on myself a lot lately, and I honestly don't feel so guilty about that. It's kind of needed to happen, so you could say I've been putting a lot of things on the interwebs, as in YouTube's other platforms, extensions of thyself. My Twitter account and my Instagram has been basically used ridiculously. My Facebook page, I have been working a little bit more, trying to get more up on there, so if you guys are regular YouTube followers, please go and subscribe to my Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram, then I'm sorry for the slow uploads, but I have great news, and I just had to stop and come in and say hey and try to make a quick video, if that's even possible, on Miss Chronic Chronicles. Bubble of thought. Yeah. Anyway, it's like I'm so out of game getting here and giving my all that it's really hard lately to just find the right time and the right words. So without taking the extra time that I expect is going to happen for me to be able to make more videos again, because right now I don't even know what's holding me up. It's truly anxiety, and it's a lot of other stuff. So but I have great news, and drumroll please. I went about 2 weeks ago, had gotten some blood work, was waiting to hear the test results back, had got to the end of my treatment for the HCV, and finally was like 3 days into almost about to run out of my medications, and called my doctor, called the liver doctor's extension who actually provides me with the medication, and they didn't know what was going on, because as far as everybody knew, I wasn't supposed to continue the treatment, which I was very confused about, and it was just out of nowhere, which I'm sure a lot of you guys who follow me are going, what? Yeah, I wasn't supposed to continue the treatment apparently because I was cured and I didn't know. Yes, so wonderful, awesome, elated, sort of surprising. Apparently at like 10 weeks I was cured, when at 12 weeks I was trying to figure out why I was supposed to take another week's worth, which my normal liver doctor who put me on the treatment had told me that I needed to take a total of 13 weeks. So it was all misconfusion every which way, and nobody had called me to tell me that my test results had come back undetectable. The virus is undetectable. So I was like, what the hell? So yeah, I know. Take a moment. Let it sink in. Exactly. So, basically, for the last, I'd say, 2 weeks now, or a week? I guess it's been a week. Yeah, since the 21st. So it's been a week exactly, I think, today. Yeah. The 21st was when they expected me to no longer have to take any more medication. It would have been my last pill. And like the 19th or something like that is when I had called the liver doctor. So it was just this moment of whoa. So the way that it works out with the treatment that I've been on for a total of almost 3 months now, it basically is, after this point, today is the 28th, in the next 3 to 4 days is what they want me to do. In the next 3 to 4 days I have to go get more blood work to find out if the virus is still detectable. If it's still detectable, then we have another conversation, but most likely it isn't, because it's not right now. Awesome. So if that's the case, then in 3 months, I believe it is, I go and do another blood test, and after that another 6 months, and then I'm considered cured for good. But as of right now, raise those little hands, I'm considered in remission, which is awesome. I was 8 years old the last time I was in remission, and my virus came back in less than 6 months. So it's kind of like one of those moments where you're in your life like, whoa. this is the chapter to a totally new life. I thought my life was going to end short. I was almost pretty much expecting it, hoping it wouldn't happen that way, but expecting it, because medically I've had such a really long road. So to now be in the position that I'm in, where I'm literally looking at my life as, let's make new choices, let's decide new chapters, let's think about what the road ahead really is about. It feels really good. It's just scary, and like I said, nothing's completely over yet, so let's just say, like, in the next 6 months, as of the 21st of April, it's still going to be kind of a journey through this whole getting rid of this horrible disease, virus, whatever you want to call it. I've been dealing with this since I was 7 years old, and treatment-wise, I was told most of my life that unless I had fallen in that window of hope that they would give somebody like me, who was a child at the time when I was diagnosed, from no IV use, from no drug use. I mean, for God's sake. That's why I have been documenting my life so much on this channel for the last 3 years, is basically I've been forced to use the medicine that I use. I've been forced to use an alternative to opioids and pharmaceuticals. So the fact that I am actually cured from this disease now is huge. Not because I want to use pharmaceuticals or opioids, but because it's just that steadfast resolve that I knew I could not give up with what I knew that worked. And I wasn't going to take years off of my life, which there's a big chance that if I had used pharmaceuticals for my pain management, that I might not have been able to have this treatment because of exactly where my liver was. I was in almost third stage. Second stage was like second stage, almost third stage, and enough scarring that it was concerning to the doctors, saying long term would I even be a candidate for the treatment. So at that time they didn't even have the medication. Harvoni is the only other medication that's out there right now, but I was on a totally different medication, which I'm not even going to show you guys. You can look at another video. I have thrown the motherfucking pills away and I feel great. Pills, bottle, away. I feel great with that regard. But yeah, it's just, I guess, like, you know, to be treated as badly as I had been treated so many fucking times, going to the ER and asking for pain management and not getting anything because I'm a liver patient, so why the hell was I there when I wanted nothing? What did I want, a reason to be able to use marijuana? That's pretty much what they would say to me. Which was not why I was there. It was to find out answers, you know? One time I had a broken rod and I was literally treated like I was a drug addict and sent home with nothing, and that was fine, but no answers either. So, you know, it's like, it's so fucked up that a person like myself and so many others that are in the world right now, and if you're watching this video and you have HCV and you've been struggling to find a freaking way to live, or you don't think it's worth even going for the cure, bullshit. That's what I'm going to say to you. Bullshit. If it is an option, do it. Because I think the disrespect to just even know I had the virus, and it's almost like I would say I didn't want to use opioids, and I would say I didn't want any heavy narcotics of any sort. No narcotics, please, no narcotics of any sort. So I would say to an ER nurse when I'd be intaked for my whole life, okay, my whole life, including my mother's little mouth, to every new doctor, to be able to be my own advocate before I was even an adult. You know, my mom died of this disease. Point blank. No questions about it. My mother was given basically a death sentence when she was given the diagnosis of hepatitis C and cancer, because to use all the medications she had to use, and then to also have an undiagnosed gastroparesis, which was then told that she had IBS, which then she got a colostomy bag, which then, this is what I'm saying, I am a breathing, speaking version of my mother who was not taken care of. Now I am a person who, thankfully, I really think that there's a future. Whether that means it's still rocky because of all the other things I have, fuck yeah it is. But I mean, just to be able to be the voice to say, I had to use marijuana for 9 years straight as an adult to have respect for my own respect, to live, to be able to have an option to live. I had to use marijuana. Cannabis has been the only other option for me next to holistic things, because with hepatitis C, which we don't know how I ever got it. My mother had it. She never used IV use. We could have, who knows? It could have been when I was born. Who knows? But, meaning things were not sterilized properly in the 80s, unfortunately. And I was born in 85. My little brother never had it, yet my mom might have had it. So it's just like, I had my child. He doesn't have it. So, it could have been possible that my mom had still had it actively and then had my brother, and miraculously they didn't give it to him even though he was C-section. See, that just seems weird. You know what I mean? Like, to be me, the daughter of a mom who already got the stigma, and then to be me, a real chronic pain patient dealing with real gastroparesis, real GI issues, and now to be cured of this disease. When I spoke to my liver doctor and was like, so does that mean that my options for pain management are going to change? Hell no, he said. You need to still be treated as a liver patient, at least in regards to having the respect that you have a second chance. Your liver isn't as strong as somebody else. Yes, it's going to regenerate, but it's going to take a long, long time. We don't need to start throwing narcotics down the tube. That's pretty much what he told me. And that's been months now that I've been slowly progressing to tell you guys all this information of what I've been going through. When I was going through the treatment, and here's a little TMI, if this is just too much already, get off this video now, because it's TMI. Here it goes. I don't really want to talk about it much more after this, so it's like, here it is. Here's my experience being cured of this virus. I was vomiting blood, I was shitting blood, I was vomiting bile almost every 3 days. I had no appetite at the end of the treatment, like it was really bad, and I started losing a lot of weight because of probably all the vomiting and the bleeding. And I was given test after test after test of intestinal to see what the hell, if it was something else unrelated to my treatment, and nothing was determined. So that's how my response was to it, is my body went into shock. The last week that I was on the treatment, meaning the last couple days ago, like literally like 3 days ago, I sweat so bad. Like, I mean, had woke up in the middle of the night and was like covered in sweat, pillow, everything. I had to strip the sheets, remove my son out of the bed to redo the sheets while he was asleep. That was pretty miserable, and that scared me quite a bit. And having headaches, I had a really bad headache a couple days ago, so I still do think that my body's still detoxing the medication. I mean, it's a pretty heavy medication if it just got rid of a 24-year-old illness in my body. I mean, I feel like all I can visualize that this medication must have done, if you want to think theoretically of it, is help the body regenerate. And it's like a warfare. Like, basically my body went over, white blood cells were protected rather than being destroyed from the virus, because the white blood cells are basically, I'm not even going to go into the scientifics of it, but from what I understand what this virus is, it's like glass. Like, the virus goes through your body and through your liver like glass. It just tears and scars. So to have this medication go through my body that comes through and says no, and, I mean, being dramatic, but, slides through a miracle way it does it, and destroys the virus, kills the virus, and cures the person from not regenerating more of this virus. Because hepatitis C is a very hard virus to kill, in the fact that it constantly generates, similar to AIDS. So the regenerating is what is just a miracle that they did find a cure. You know, I've spent many nights where I've laid in bed and I'm gone. You know, my mom died of breast cancer. There's plenty of other people dying of cancer, not just breast, all different kinds of cancer right now. Yes, there are treatments. Yes, people get cured. Yes, chemo does it. Yes, leukemia can be cured by certain types of stem cell regeneration or whatever the fuck you're going to mention, okay? You on the other side. The reality is, there's so many other viruses and diseases out there that why did I get this lucky? That's what I'm feeling. I'm grateful. I'm like, it's sort of like, I have prepared to die my entire life. Prepared myself for death my entire life. I'm not even that afraid of death. It sucks. I don't want to go there. You rot. It's all that fun stuff. And this person that I am, the spirit inside of me, will no longer be here. You know, that's death to me. It's not so much of the fear of like burning hell or, you know, God in the sky. It's not all that. It's not all that. I believe in more of you step out of your body into a new generation of you, a dimension of a self. And that's probably a lot for a lot of people to take in. But that's where I've processed my entire life. I saw my mother die. I've watched my mother suffer from this disease. When my mom was in hospice and dying of breast cancer, so-called on the charts breast cancer, but it had went to the liver, Mom whispered to me at one point, and this isn't some feel sorry for me or any of that shit comments. I don't need it. I'll delete it. Don't fucking do it, okay? But it's the people who might understand where I'm coming from with this that I need to say this. My mom whispered to me, you realize, Rachel, that I'm not dying of breast cancer. I'm dying of hepatitis C. It's the perfect place for this cancer to attack. It's the perfect place for it to take over my body and kill me fast, which it did. My mom also asked me in hospice to never have children because she didn't want me to put my children through the things that she had to put us through, me and my brother. And now to be able to actually say that's not my reality anymore is surreal. And if you've ever stepped into the shoes of somebody who's battling for their life, to be a witness of it is one thing, but then to actually step out of those shoes and know that you're going to be okay, like that my story isn't going to end here, you know, this isn't like, I don't know. I mean, and it's all hearsay. Like, I don't want to come back on another video and be like, oops, sorry, guys. You know, that's a very possibility with the fact that this, I think about it. Maybe this is just a fear-based thought process, but it's what it is. I think about it. What if they don't know if this treatment's going to last forever? What if they don't know what if the cancer still comes? What if we still get liver cancer eventually in our lives because we've had such scarring done to our liver? I mean, I'm just saying, I've thought of those things. Like, is it even a lost cause? Or if I had never made the phone calls to the liver doctor for the referrals as far back as California, would I be having this conversation? Would I even be here? You know, like, would I have given up too? And then I think about if I hadn't had my son and I hadn't moved back to Colorado, would I be here? Would I be having this conversation? Would I be this person right now? So it's just a lot to take in. And to be a, like, positive, very transparent person, there's no way to do this video or any future videos currently right now in my life without all the extra detail and the moments of frustration. There's no way to do this without taking breaks throughout situations that I'm dealing with. And as a parent, I do want to make sure that my son feels like he has my entire full attention, which he does. So YouTubing and vlogging my life and sharing it on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else, I do as much as I feel comfortable doing, and recently had received some interesting comments from my other channel and from this channel in the past. You know, look, I expected it when I started doing YouTube that I'd be getting interesting people here. But to have the people believe that this was all a lie, you can fuck off yourself. Truly. I have nothing to prove to anybody. I don't even need to be here. But I do it for me. And I do it for the people also who happen to actually experience the things that I've spoken about or understand somehow. That's it. And that community right there has kept me going. So for all these naysayers and dumbed down ignorant motherfuckers, I don't know how else to say that. That's what they are. That's your prerogative to be a hateful motherfucker. That's your prerogative. Me, doing the best I can with what I've got. Period. That means energy, judgment to the entire situation. So, I will continue to make videos as long as I can. I have considered making my channel go to a private domain, and that very well could happen. It's kind of like I have so much energy and so much fatigue, like kind of like the warrior who's just come off the battle and I know I won, and yeah, what am I supposed to do, go put my feet up and relax? Sure. For how long? I don't know, but I've been working for a while. I've been working this entire survival thing, making possibilities happen that just did. If that makes any sense. And it's surreal to have some of the people who have entered my life recently and been supportive, you know, I would say especially on Instagram, because I went public on Instagram. I'm no longer private. Right now, eventually, I don't even know how to say this. I have days where I want to go private again. Seriously. I do. I have days where I just want to delete this fucking channel. Yes. But I'm a Libra, so I think that has a lot to do with it too. I'm just like constantly going through this self-reevaluation, like analyzing myself, every little microcosm of myself at times. So sometimes I have to step back, and I think the best way to do that is to not say anything at all. And that's what I'll do when I need to on this channel. And I'm probably going to post this video on my other channel too, but I just won't monetize it. I'll monetize it on this channel maybe. But I'm just not going to explain things that don't need to be explained, but I'll be happy to give details as gory as they are on the basis I feel that are necessary, period. I've been networking with some people in my local area, and I might start doing some more modeling again, which I'm kind of excited about. Which it wouldn't be anything big. It would literally be something more like, it needs to happen. I need updated pictures, and I think it'd be really good to do that. I mean, I don't have the best opinion of myself, believe it or not. I know that I have a mouth on me. I am aware that I have, you know, the benefit of being tiny from my gastroparesis. That also helps with modeling. And I definitely like taking beautiful sceneries, you know, Colorado right now, where I'm at. I want to be able to kind of put a time capsule on that. So I think it's going to be kind of awesome to start working with some of the local people. And they are aware of this channel. They're probably going to be like, damn lady. But yeah, I'm networking as much as I can to just network with the right people, because my entire journey now is changing. Like, I'm not really focusing on getting the doctors to do something about my liver anymore. Holy crap. How do you even just I can't. I'm just not there. Maybe you can. I can't. I'm not quite there. And it happened to me. That's the crazy part. I just can't wait to see my son grow up. That's just the coolest part of all of this. It's like God is giving me a beautiful gift by being here for my son. Like, there's just no way else to say that. And all the other things that go with it, by being strong about the struggle I went through for the last fucking 4 years, at least I can say that. For 4 years now, 3 to 4 years since I've been on YouTube, you guys have seen it day by day develop into where it is today. If I hadn't have been a hard ass about everything, I mean, like, Jesus, like, it's just, there's so much that I want to say here, and it's just fluff when it comes to how much it really means to me. Do you know what I mean? It means a lot to be able to know that I have an entire new chapter to write. It's my entirely new forward-going page, you know? Like, whoa. And I'll be real, like, I am dealing with some pain. I'm dealing with some serious pain, and it's not so much physical as it truly is emotional. I can't talk about it. I probably never can. So I'll do the best I can and not share it with you guys. And that's just all I can say about that. Some things in my life obviously were not supposed to work out. And other things apparently were supposed to blossom. So, yeah. And then, I guess I might as well go as public as I have to be. I have some serious things going on with my hand right now. This very hand. Yeah, it's pretty evident. Can you see that? It's concaved. Yeah. Well, this hand is normal, right? Yeah, it should be. I had gotten a cortisone injection for tendinitis that was diagnosed about a month after my son was born. I started experiencing pain. I even have some videos prior on this channel that explain that I didn't know what was going on, and that I even showed my hand. So there's definitely some videos that show that it has gotten worse. Well, so in the last year, I've been dealing with doctors around the clock, trying to get answers, and it took 8 months for them to even give me a cortisone injection. And in the last 4 to 6 months, let's say, I've now dealt with, it's called collagen atrophy, and it's permanent, supposedly. And it can also affect both hands. The tendinitis that I have is not a normal type of tendinitis, and I can't even pronounce it. I couldn't even tell you, and I can't even give you information. But if you're somebody watching and you've had this too, where you were told you had tendinitis and then they didn't give you therapy, they just gave you a cortisone injection and then gave you a brace. They braced me for over 6 months. It was about 6 months. And at that point, it caused atrophy now that, and skin discoloration and all kinds of shit to my hand now. And my doctors have literally told me that I need to prepare to not probably have the same kind of lifestyle that I had before, and that most likely I'm never going to be able to do the things that I was doing before artistically. And that right there is pretty devastating to me. So, using my right hand is pretty much dominant to this situation now, and I'm already starting to experience the exact same pain that I started in the left hand. So, I feel like the doctors fucked me over, and this is a total new journey. So now that I don't have anything to kill me, and now I have to deal with this torturous thing to stare at that I can't even stare at my own hand, is fucking disgusting to me. So yes, I absolutely need to start modeling. You know, there's certain positions that I can hold my hand and it doesn't look as bad, but it's disgusting, and it's like, this is not a joke, is it really? This is my life. Apparently it is. So for the negative bitches, and you know who you are, you blonde hoe, you know who you are. I'm glad you're enjoying this. The negative side of this. Yes. And to the other people that know me and know my life and my story and my struggle, and are here for me in the at least support of being here in the community, I really appreciate it. People that reach out on Instagram on a regular basis, you guys aren't just people on the internet. Especially if you came from my YouTube and then continued to stay in my life. Thank you. I mean that. Thank you. For the people who are here just to try to see what's going on, there's definitely going to be more, because I just told you a bombshell of bullshit. And I've been to 2 different specialists. I've been told that my insurance will not send me to a different city to get a better doctor of any sort, because it's a rural area and it's network provider situation. And if you're watching and you understand that, I'd love some comments, some support, and some suggestions. This isn't a situation where I can sue the, I hope you can hear me. Okay, I didn't have my finger on the mic. This isn't a situation where I can sue the doctor, because unfortunately, it's a common situation. It's basically like what I had happen to me is a possible reaction and a possible side effect. But you can have a discoloration and a permanent atrophy of the fat. So basically now it's just veins, tendons, tissue, and skin, and bone. It's disgusting. It's ugh. So, I'm not even fucking kidding. I bought a ton of gloves. No, I'm kidding. Not even joking. I'm gonna be wearing gloves. Not even joking. Yes. I gotta figure out how to be okay with myself. However that is. So in public, to be able to wear something that's going to make me feel comfortable, fine. And it's not like I'm going to go whole, steampunk on you bitches and hoes, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm wearing gloves. There's going to be some videos with gloves. Yes, there is. And I am going to go into public with gloves, and I'm going to try to figure out how to get more comfortable. So I bought a bunch of, to your elbow kind of thing, lace gloves, knitted gloves. I live in Colorado. It's freaking cold half the time. You know what? They won't even notice. So in big long shirts, I'm just going to try to hide it, because it's not just a matter of hiding it. It's not just a matter of the stigma of people seeing it. It's so much so of that if I hit my arm or injure my arm now, it's so easy to do, and I do it all the time too. So it's just like this whole nother fucking are you joking me moment. And I can say, I know that a good portion of viewers here are going to be like, I can't believe I'm watching this. Is this really happening? Yes, that's how I feel about telling you guys. I can't believe this is happening. And the fact that it's happening to my right hand too is pretty concerning. It's like fucked up concerning. And everybody that has been supportive on Facebook and said, it sounds like everything's going to be good and all. Well, that was before I went and saw a specialist. When I went and saw the specialist, he was basically told me, you're 31 years old. You have a frame of a young child because of the fact your gastroparesis causes so much weight loss. You have a ton of fat atrophy in that hand, and they should have never put you in a cast. I don't know what to tell you, ma'am, but you are going to have to just get ready to realize that this is your new normal. That is what he told me. I was sent home with photocopied pieces of paper with exercises to help with my pain in my hand. And that's it. There is no improving this. There is no surgery options from this. But the research that I did, the stuff I did online, other people's stories that I read, everybody says that you can use saline injections, almost like it's a Botox filler, it's almost like a collagen filler. But I don't know if it's because of where it's associated in my hand, but the doctors are very clear that's not an option. So I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, what the fuck did you do next? I went to my primary and I asked for a home nurse. Because I didn't know what else to do at that point. I was just like, I guess I have to ask for help. I mean, I'm a single mom. This is bullshit. They should have never put me in a cast, and now I'm dealing with this. This is bullshit. So, insurance denied it. Yeah. No kidding. So both of my hands are fucked up. I'm cured of my liver disease, so now I technically can be given a pill to pop for my pain. But there's no options for me really, because it'd be a bad idea for myself. And when it comes to pain, oh, that means also I can't have any steroid injections in my back in the future, because this conking will happen all over my body. Yep. Yep. That's why I feel frustrated. And that's why I am public. Because apparently you have to make fucking videos for people to actually see that you're really struggling, and it's really true. So cannabis is definitely still the only thing that's helping me. The only thing that's safe. And the only thing that I know I can go to. So, yeah. I'm dealing with a lot of different things, and I will do the best I can to continue to make vlogs, but I worry about the support out there, because a lot of the videos that I made in the past, I was in a place where I had control of what was going on. At least I knew what to expect. And now it's just like, as a mom, I don't even have the energy to fight a lot of this bullshit. So I go onto YouTube to have the community, and I go onto YouTube to document the truth. And I do think for a fact that all of this needs to go out there, because I am definitely not the only one. I have met other wonderful YouTubers. I will link them below, because I don't want to do a whole bunch of drama and get myself flagged for the shit. So apparently that's the other thing. My videos are being flagged like crazy. I'm just over it. So that is why I have a second channel, and if ever you guys come to this channel and you don't see any videos recently, you know, and you're like, what the hell, Rachel, what are you doing? Please go to my Instagram and see if I'm still alive. And then number 2, make sure you subscribe to the other channel that I just started that doesn't even have a URL yet, because I don't have enough subscribers yet and I haven't made enough videos yet. So I will continue to bump between these 2 channels, and I've even considered maybe making Miss Chronic Chronicles Rachel Raw Truth, but I think Miss Chronic Chronicles needs to continue, because that's obviously what's the message here. This is my Chronic Chronicles, and I use chronic. It's a chronic illness that I deal with. So yeah, with my nerve pain not being able to be solved, I have recently, being with a steroid injection, that means in the future, I have recently come to the conclusion that I have got to hit this with edibles too. Every day I gotta hit my nerve pain every single day. So in the month of April, I spent most of this month using edibles throughout the day, at low doses with combination of smoke, and it worked. Now at the end of the month, I had a really, really hard month. I would say by the 26th, I didn't have enough bud, enough herb, enough dry herb to actually make it through. But that was resolved, and I have it again, and I'm okay. But between that, going to sleep at night, it's definitely helped with anxiety. It's definitely helped with, I would say, just, it almost when I take the edible, and I've been doing it a lot of liquid form, so I don't usually eat as much. I did make a bunch of edibles. I ate half of them by the 16th of the month. So, I mean, excuse me. I ate all of them by the 16th of the month. And by the 17th onward, had to kind of reevaluate. So I made more chocolate, and then that lasted for like a week. But I think chocolates just get eaten quicker. So, on this channel, I will definitely continue to document some of my ways I've medicated, and expect for me to continue to share some of my recipes and whatnot that I do on Instagram with my daily edibles. I've found that using the oil in like liquid form, putting it in like a cocoa at night, works fantastic. And then if I smoke as well, it works